Boom, 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 boom. Oh, well, the microphone's working on this one. It's, I didn't, as you can see, there's a bunch of subscribers in the jar. I'm telling you, I got up so early today, working so hard today, and, just this is figuring stuff out. It's still a puzzle. It's still things happening, but remember, the key ingredient to all of this is two things. You're here, and I'm here. Doesn't that make it our time, Mr. Hand? And if you ask me what I'm doing, having some food, learning about Cuba. Oh, my God. All right, so I told you we're flying on manual controls tonight. I don't want to get into the specifics of it, but you're going to see me fumble around with some controls like a big old fat joystick that I've never had between my legs before. Yeah, you can't get rid of that visual, can you? No. We do have the lovely Gen X Mom. Are you there? Can you say something?
Hello.
And her microphone is there. You guys should be able to hear her. Was there any birthdays that I was supposed to say today?
Yes, there is. We have one today, Joshua Donnelly.
Joshua Donnelly.
Donnelly.
Yeah.
Yes, it is his birthday today. I don't know.
That's it, just Joshua Donnelly. Just happy birthday. Welcome to another trip around the sun. But we don't know how much or.
No, I don't know how many trips around the sun he has taken.
Well, good God.
Sorry.
All right, is that okay? Are we done in the sheets?
I'm on camera tonight?
No, not at all. No. That's a Fig Newton of your imagination up there. That's not
I am not. Stop it.
Stop what?
Stop putting me on camera.
Okay, I'll stop putting you on camera.
You won't.
No, I won't. All right, so this has been a crazy day. Thursdays are always a big day. We got a lot of stuff to get done in the morning. We did the podcast. Yeah, it's already recorded. It's already posted. It'll drop at 12:02 a.m. Friday, Los Angeles time. That'll be a big thing for you guys because we talk about you guys in this one. It's a lot of fun when you guys hear yourself, and there's a few things in there you should listen to. Go pay attention to that one. Also, we did the video version. It came out well. I also got that edited. It'll drop Sunday. So the audio one drops tomorrow everywhere. In fact, I could give you guys a cheat code on that. Do you know it's already up on Apple? Yeah. For some reason, I don't know how we did this. There's two Gen X Talks Apple podcast places. When we put up the bulk episode, it goes to Google Podcasts, when there was one. It goes to Amazon. It goes to Spotify. It goes to Anchor. And it goes to a host of other little RSS feeds. And it goes to Apple. Apple's one of the ones included. However, I have to manually upload in the picture in the description over here on some weird Apple podcast, and it drops that second. The moment that I put it up, it's done. So it's been up for like 4 or 5 hours. And I know some of you cheat and go do that because sometimes you guys tell me, send me a message going, hey, your podcast is already up. And I'm like, on one of the weird Apple places. Yes, it is. If you can go find it, you can see it there early. Otherwise, it just drops. Listen to it on your way to work tomorrow. Listen to it while you're working tomorrow. Your lunchtime. That's it. But it was a fun one, and we had a lot of fun with this one. And the tables were turned a little bit. It was Mom coming after me on some stuff, so you get to see that too. The picture page is what's not working for me right now. So normally I go and I slide myself all the way over to one. So let me see if I can do that for you. I made this one, which is why it's a little funny looking. And I actually have to go through these pictures and believe it or not, I got to do them one at a time. I got to bring them into frame. I can't just click and they're not already set over here where they go. No. We are flying manually. So there were some things that I wanted to get into a discussion with you about real quick. This is going to be a history lesson for a lot of you. And for those of you on the younger side of things, and remember if you're a bunch of kids in here, anybody younger than me is a kid, anybody older than me is an old man, you're going to recognize a lot of this. So these are going to be out of order. Can't help that much too much, but let me see if I can bring one in and see if it works. All right, yeah, see, shouldn't be covering my face, but we'll get there. Do you guys see what this is? We talk about safety in Gen X, don't we? Always say, well, how was it when you're safe? We had merry-go-rounds and we had steel slides and we drank from the hose. This is getting up to the top of a mountain. I forget what you call these things. What do you call that, Jules? Isn't
that a ski lift?
It's kind of a ski lift, but it's not. You can tell they're in shorts. It's not snowing.
I know, but they can run them during the summer.
Yeah, I guess it is a ski lift. But anyway, there's no safety, there's no seat belts, and you know that thing's on the side of a mountain. And if there's no snow, you're not even falling into 12 feet of snow. No. You fall off there, you're falling down onto ground and rock. And this is a real thing. This is probably, the picture was probably taken from the ski lift going down the other side. when you guys talk about all the things that are typical, all the typical things that they talk about with Generation X, and they talk about all the things that can go wrong with these things, and all the things that we did back then in the day that weren't safe. I don't think you guys realize the huge gravity of the situation. I tried to expand that where you guys could see it or contract it a little bit. I don't think you guys really get the whole world was set this way. There's no way on earth a place like this could be built today. No, you couldn't do it. But this was all around the world, and especially in the United States. Nobody just went and had a good time. Why? Because there was common sense. You'd put your 12-year-old on there and go, don't fucking let go of the pole. See the orange pole? Put your hand up. Don't let go, or you're going to fall and die, and then I'm going to have to make another kid. This was just how it was. I'm not kidding. Some of you out there have ridden ones like these. Truthfully, there was one I went on before it was enclosed, or it was partially enclosed, in Colorado. I think it went to Pikes Peak, and that was a long ride. And I've been on a couple of those, but that was huge. Stuff like this did exist back then. True story. So I'm not making that up. All right, there was something else. Let me scroll through here. There were some other things I want to tell you guys about too. Doom. Yeah, this is a brainiac one. I love this one. You got to have faith in the system here. Everybody knows that California. You guys say California sucks. California does not suck. California is a beautiful state. What sucks is the government. So pay attention to this. When you guys know about the minimum wage, we'll get to that in a minute. But Gavin Nome, our wonderful governor here, he's getting hit from all sides because he's got a crime-stopping strategy. Now, I read this article, and I've seen some stuff on the news, so I'm going to just update you. I'll brief you on it. His idea was creating a surveillance state. And, of course, it's all we're giving up our freedoms one at a time. We give up our freedoms one at a time through the clever use of in the name of safety, in the name of peace, for the common good of man. We're constantly going to give up our guarantees. This is one of them. Now, and here's why we all know it's stupid. Pay attention. I'm just going to bring some common sense to this. I'm going to make this real simple. So he wants to put up 500 cameras. He's already doing it. They spent the money. They bought the cameras. They got dudes running around hooking them up in Oakland. 500 cameras in the most highly crime-ridden area there is. Now, what he says is this is not infringing on anyone's privacy, of course. No. This is for safety. This will prevent crime. If there's eyes on everything, we're right there. We're ready to respond. Really. You don't ever see any of the videos on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or Facebook Reels of all of the people in all of the stores stealing, and there's 35 cameras in one store. They wear hoodies, they wear gloves, they wear masks, and they go steal. We've already got all of them on pictures. We've already got them all on cameras. You guys are never in a hurry to get there. You never prosecute anybody when they do get caught. So we know they're not afraid of the cameras. If you think you're putting up 500 cameras and that's going to deter criminals, they have people filming them with cell phones as they walk out of the store. And that hasn't deterred anybody. So why, if we already know as a society, we already know as common sense human beings that cameras don't mean shit. Not security cameras, not city cameras, not cell phones of people watching you go by with your stolen merchandise. If we already know that's not stopping the criminals, what is the real reason you're putting up 500 cameras? It cannot be what you say. It cannot. There's no possible way because there's millions and millions and millions of hours of footage showing they don't care about cameras. So that can't be it. That's a lie. That's about like saying, well, we're going to put up pink cameras everywhere, and criminals, they run from the color pink. It's a proven fact. We're going to put all the cameras in pink because it's proof that everyone's safe now with our pink cameras. That's about how much sense it makes. Do you think anybody's going to be afraid of the color pink? They're going to go rob. You think they're going to be afraid of cameras? They're going to go rob. They're going to steal. Nothing's changed. Oh, but you did manage to get 500 cameras in public places that also point into homes and apartments and businesses and people's cars. Oh, I know. All in the name of safety. And all you have to do is make up. Now pay attention. This is where the general kicks in with a little bit of foresight, a little bit of knowledge. I've been around this planet a long time. I'm a keen observer of human nature. I'm not super smart. I've just seen a lot of stuff. All right. Pay attention to this. So they put up cameras to deter, which they know aren't going to work. They've got cameras everywhere. And what they do then is just tell one lie. One lie after the cameras are up. Cameras can be up 6 months. That's it. And Gavin Newsom will come back on TV. Write this down. Write this down. He'll come back on TV and say, oh, my God, look at the statistics. The crime is down. It's working. It's moving in the right direction. The needle is moving. We're doing the right thing here. I told you this would work. Let's put cameras everywhere. You catch that? All they have to do, they've already put the cameras up with a lie, because show me any evidence that criminals are afraid of cameras, but they put them up. All they have to do is tell one more lie. Just one more lie. Just tell everybody it's working. And you're going to put cameras up everywhere for the safety of all of us. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into this. I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. What do I know? But it seems very logical. I mean, I can see the lies they're telling now. It doesn't take a genius to figure out the lies perhaps they could be telling all of us in the future. Now, if there's another agenda, let me know. But I don't see it. All right, so over here, and here. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that story. I like this one, though. This is another serious one that comes about, and we can do the fun ones in a minute. This one was a serious story, but it was a lot of fun to talk about there. I had a good time with this. Let me find where that is here. Boom, 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 boom. Get it off my face, man. Get your shit off my face, man. See, I told you we were doing this manually tonight, but it's okay. So you got to read this for a second, but it was really great. Listen, they polled tons of employers. That's all they wanted to know was what are you looking for? And they've been doing this for years now. And read it says 38% of employers avoid hiring recent grads. They prefer hiring older workers. Now, a lot of you would say, well, that's the typical thing. We don't want to hire somebody brand new out of college. We want someone with experience. All right, I get that. I understand that, because you'd rather hire someone with experience if you could. But what's the point of college? What's the point of graduate school? What's the point of getting those diplomas? It used to be that guaranteed you a job. That was like, well, you have no experience. You have experience. I'm going to hire you. And you have no experience. Oh, but a college diploma, and you have, it's kind of a toss-up. You might actually go with the guy who went to college, stuck it out, got his degree, and then teach that person, right? Wouldn't you? There's a chance there. It's a good chance. Now, what's part two on that? They already said, hey, employers, they don't know anything. We're not doing it. 58% say the grad students are unprepared for the workplace. They have a diploma, but not just that they don't have work experience. It's when you read this article, when you go deeper, it isn't just, well, they have a diploma, but they're not prepared for the workplace. All right, well, most kids aren't. Most young people aren't. However, back in my day, people would work their way through college. Yeah, they would have jobs, understand the hierarchy of an owner and a manager and coworker. They get it. They're at least prepared a little bit for how the system works. All these kids do. I have a different name for Gen Z in these situations. I call them professional students. I know that's kind of an awkward thing for me to say. I call them professional students because that's all they do. They get loans, they get grants, they never get a job. They just keep milking the system for everything they can, and they stay in school as long as they can. They get as many degrees, as many classes, as many courses. They have zero or very little work experience at all. And then when they come out, they've got these great big fat, they got a doctorate, they got a PhD that you can't do anything with. They know how to discipline themselves in a classroom, but have no idea how to fit in. They couldn't work at a Taco Bell for a week because they wouldn't understand why are there people younger than me telling me what to do? Well, because they know what the fuck they're doing. They're professional students, and when they finally get done being a student, not only do they have no work experience, but they have no idea how to accept that role. They're just used to being a student. That's my thing. I call them professional student, but that's just me. I'm making stuff up there. But this, I'm not making up. This is the truth. Employers don't want them. They don't need them. Like, look, dude, thanks for, I see you got a diploma. So what? Yeah, you tried really hard. Good job. but you're not going to fit in here and you really have your head up your ass. You don't. And plus, you have to deal with this. This is why we have lawyers on site at a Goodwill center and a human resources department at a yard sale. This is why we have lawyers and contracts you have to sign before you can have a lemonade stand, because of people like you. That you idiots go out there, and this culture that you've put us all in, it produces people. This whole situation you've put us in produces people like you. You come out with your diploma, and then you get mad when potential employers tell you that all it's good for is wiping your ass. That's a phrase from back when I was younger. It's like, you just wipe your ass with that contract. You can wipe your ass with that. It means it doesn't mean anything. That's what it's for. All right. So I'm skipping around here. I want to tell you some of that stuff. Let me go back. Is there something between the sheets we need to know about?
Yes, there is.
Well, let me not put you on camera again.
All right. Linda Vicky on Facebook Personal. Gen X Talks. Hello, handsome.
Oh, there's one handsome. 3 more and we can start the show.
Karen, who's a new member. Good evening, handsome general.
Oh, a new member handsome. That almost counts as 2. We just need 1 more now.
Shannon Brigode, $2. Great night, handsome broadcast professional.
Oh, Shannon loves me. I mean, she genuinely has a heart for me. She does.
John Morgan, it's raining men in the jar. Care Brat, hello, handsome general. Mary Mastretta, hello, or good evening, handsome general. Valerie Walker says, Gen X mom is beautiful. Oh.
Okay, yes, she's beautiful. We know she's beautiful. We don't need to talk about it's the handsome show, not the beautiful show. If we want a beautiful show, we go over to the beautiful side of things. We're doing handsome stuff tonight.
Sean MacArthur on Facebook Personal. Hey, Gen X Dad, and here are some stars for you too. 100 stars sent. Thanks, Sean.
I like it when Facebook drops a few stars. I know it's not much. It's only $1 or $2. I know that, but it's your money. It's not mine. When you give it up, that's a huge thing. It really is.
Jeffrey Montgomery on Facebook. Hi, General. Laughing still on Facebook. Gen X Mom, I foresee a crowning moment in your future. And General, congratulations on getting everything up and running again. Please regale us with your yarn of setup and how great things are now. 200 stars sent.
We're getting close. If you want me to regale you of this, I did all the work today, got everything set, got all my prep work done. I went in the house for a couple hours to get out of the studio. I come back in and sit down. I bring up Streamlabs. We're functioning in Streamlabs. I can click things that go to just me, just her, side by side. I do one with the pictures. Everything was working, and then all of a sudden, the picture one doesn't work. I can't load pictures. I can't switch between pictures. So I have to drag them in one at a time. But hey, so we have to do. I'm telling you, this is a stick transmission tonight. I have to shift all the gears. There's just nothing. There's no point and click this way. No. Thankfully, ladies and gentlemen, you have a gifted and talented, trained broadcast professional. I can handle these obscurities. We're good to go. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Was there something else?
Yes, there is.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Team Up Church. Wise man, it's always great to see your stunning self. I need to use your Hercules miter saw, please.
Can we not talk about the Hercules miter saw? That's going back.
Going way back.
That's going back 2 years. Anybody who remembers the Hercules miter saw incident of 2021, it's working. It has not faltered. We've been doing stuff with it for 2 years. I can't believe it. It's still working. So not that I'm ever going to do a public apology, but if I was any kind of a man, I would. I'm just not any kind of a man, and I won't. But you get the idea. Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else I have. Joe Derrick over on Facebook. Good morning from the Philippines, handsome general, beautiful Queen Gen X mom, and the full Gen X nation.
Wow. He got the beautiful and the queen all in one sentence, didn't he? Well, those Filipinos, man, they're solid. You gotta give them that.
Shannon Brigode, member for 6 months. Is the kid the $2 cootie girl?
I don't think we have one today. If we do, I don't know who it is. That's one thing I didn't get to. I should have done that before I called it a day, but I didn't. I forgot about that.
All right.
I'm getting it back. Ladies and gentlemen, my wife will attest to something. You guys have to understand one thing very clear about this guy right in front of you, which my wife is running out of breath telling people for the last 30 years. I am a work in progress.
Ain't that the truth? Your mom would say that too.
I am a work in progress. I'm always improving, mostly.
Or falling apart. I don't know which. Stuart Bailey, you think they're bad. In the UK, we've got cameras that can scan your car to see if you're on your mobile phone or not wearing your seatbelt.
You got to be kidding me. Is that true?
That's what he says.
Is that true? You got in the UK, there's cameras that scan if you're on your phone. I'd take off my seatbelt, be on my phone, lean out the window to one of the cameras and go, hey, motherfucker, try this on for size. You know, no offense to you, Bailey. No offense to you. But this is why we celebrate July 4th. You fuckers just had it all wrong. And maybe we got some wrong shit too. But you're doing it sooner and faster and dumber. I mean, not that we're not going to be just as fast and dumb, but this is one of the things, you know, when someone from Britain says, how are you guys doing over there managing without us? I try to give them to Steve McQueen. Yeah, we seem to be getting along okay without you. You know why? Because we don't have fucking cameras that scan our seatbelts and our phones while we're driving.
Not yet.
You fuckers have something better to do than to watch me drive my goddamn. All right. I'm getting upset. God, if it was Saturday, I'd be drinking, but it's Thursday, so I'm not. Yes, Gen X Mom.
All right, we're going to continue on. Christina Dvorak gifted 5 memberships tonight to Stuart Bailey, Scott Ahrens, Chris Wilson, Michael A. Norris Sr., and G-Man73. They have new memberships. What do they get for those memberships?
Well, it's funny you should ask. If you're a new membership, if you're a new membership, I want to say member without saying membership, and I just keep adding the ship on it. Let's back up. If you're a new member or a current member on YouTube, after the show's over, you can go to the YouTube community section. The Gen X Talks channel has a community section. 3 years of behind-the-scenes stuff. For everybody who's on Facebook, you have a page called The General's Lunchbox. It's a real Facebook page. You go there. 3 years of behind-the-scenes. It's taking a peek behind the curtain, and there's lots of stuff there. That's what they get.
Okay. Kel Riken, member for 11 months, almost has their one.
Getting his big red one.
Chet Mayer on Facebook. Believe it or not, my fingerprints have been in record books from school, 1980. It was part of a school thing. Who remembers?
You know what? My fingerprints are on file for an entirely different reason, but I think I remember.
You know, work in progress.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. It was. Did you know that I got fingerprinted for a good reason before a bad one? When I was in the Los Angeles Police Department's Explorers program.
Yeah, that's before you turned ugly.
I was ranked number 2 in my class. Yeah.
Wow.
And don't say there was 3 people in the class either. There was a lot. There was
Did you get a brownie button too?
I didn't. I got a certificate that my mother still has. I graduated the second top of my class.
And you never became a cop?
No, I didn't. There was 2 aspects to it. One was the physical part, which was just an incredibly difficult thing they had us do. I thought we were going to die. They can't be doing that to kids today because they'd get sued. And the other one was classroom stuff. And I was second in the physical, and I was second in the classroom stuff. And the first place guy was first in both. He was just better, but I got second place in that.
Congratulations!
And did not become an officer of the law. I worked with law enforcement, you could say, for many years.
Of course you did. I wouldn't go. Saying
we're
that
just
too
different
much.
sides of the different front seat, back seat. But we're all in this cop car together.
On a ride along.
We went right along. Yeah, it was all.
Okay.
We were all in the car together. I can say that confidently. So yeah.
Ronnie Evans gave $5 on PayPal. Republic of Texas checking in.
Independent country of Texas coming soon.
Yeah. Donnie Dahlem on Facebook. They forced my dad to retire and then hired 2 college grads for less than they were paying him. You are right. They have no work experience.
None. And they don't like being in the job. They want to read. That's the problem with Gen Z is they come in and they redefine. This is one thing we got wrong. This is one thing we got wrong as Generation X. And I was guilty as much as any of you. Let me click the thing and go boom. Okay. I was wrong.
Bye.
I told all my kids, you better shape up. You can't act that way. If you think you're going to get out into the workplace, you're in for a rude awakening, I used to tell all my kids. You can't go out and behave that. You think you're going to get a job and people are just going to let you show up when you want? They're going to let you say what you want? You think you're going to have a job where you can work as hard as you want and cry, this is too hard, I can't do it, you're not being fair? You're going to get when you get out into the real world, you're going to find out what it's like. How was I wrong? Anybody know? For a lot of years, for 3 or 4 or 5 years running now, they did exactly the opposite of what I said. They went into jobs and said, I don't like working here 8 hours a day. I'm going to get a lawyer. You can't make me show up on time. I have things to do. I'll get here I'll get a lawyer. You don't like me because I'm gay or I'm black or I'm Mexican. You don't like me because I'm young or I'm old or I'm trans. They redefined the workplace, didn't they? How many of you either are working in a job or have been in a job where you're scared to death of what to say and do? Used to be, we would teach the young guys how to behave, what to do. You know, you verbally abuse them, you razz them, you tease them, you go, and they become stronger. They get the job. We teach them, we mold them, and then they're just strong, and then they do it to the next generation. No. General, did you just say verbally abuse someone? Yeah, I did. Yes, I verbally abused my people under me when I was a mechanic. Told them they were full of shit. Told them they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Told them they're complete fucking idiots. I said, you might as well just quit now. You're never going to be a mechanic. You're totally worthless. Go back home, play with your Tinker Toys. What do you mean, what are Tinker Toys? Are you really asking me that? What are Tinker Toys? You came on this live stream and you don't know. All right, listen. All of you who just asked what a Tinker Toy was, I need you to leave. I need you to leave the live stream right now. I'm not going to sit here and explain stuff to you. There's Generation X terminology. If you don't get it, just leave. Go look it up. Go Google it. When you come back, you can hang out with us again when you know what Tinker Toys are. But please, when you rejoin the group, sit at the little kid table over there. It's the one with the mismatched chairs and the table's half in the hallway. That's the one you sit at. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't ever come back. Just click and move on. Go find. Anyway. Yeah, I did. But those same people, those same mechanics, when they didn't quit and they stuck it out, then I gave them the time of day. Then I helped them. Then I shaped them. Then I molded. Same way it happened to me. And they became strong mechanics and good at their job, thick-skinned. But I was wrong telling my kids, hey, you can't go out in the world and act this way. The world's going to chew you up and spit you out. No. For a few years there, not so much. They went out and complained and reshaped the world around them. Well, this is the truth. No, the truth is my truth is over here, and you will respect my truth. Well, let me help you out. I don't mean to get all political and philosophical, but for any of you out there who believe that there's your truth, you're fucking idiots. Okay? You can have your perception of things. You can have how you feel about things, but there's truth. There's just truth. If something's true, it's true everywhere. That's it. Truth is the truth. You don't get, well, it's your truth, and that's your truth, and here's my truth, and there's this, and how do we all get together? Because we all have to, no, because we all operate under the principle of there's right and there's wrong and there's truth. Truth is it. You don't have your own truth. If you are, you really have to go. Because you're never going to get what I'm saying. All right. Sorry about that. Got all side wonky on it. And Gen X Mom.
All right. Dana A., member for 17 months. Love to our queen, the handsome general, and the rest of the bottom of the glass family.
We have a pretty good
bottom of the glass. Yeah, I said
bottom of the glass nation. We do.
Miss T., welcome to being an extra. We have a brand new member.
Miss T's been, she wrote me.
Not Mrs. T.
Oh.
Miss Ty? Miss T. I think so. It's spelled interesting. Oh, shit.
I do apologize. I thought you were somebody else.
Nope, brand new member. Anyways,
right.
Brent Dean, member for 5 months, KGXT Studios.
Top tier member.
John Morgan, $2. Been told I'm a wreck in progress. Chris Broom on Facebook. North Carolina has the mobile cameras set up all over the state, scanning for phone and seatbelt use.
My God.
Scott Royston.
Why don't you just surrender North Carolina back to England? Just give it up. Start flying their flags again. Go ahead.
Scott Royston gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships to Tetra Nova, Sean for Notes, Rob P., Bree ST, and William V. They all got memberships tonight.
Everybody falls under the same rules. Also on YouTube, when you become a member and your name turns green, you don't have to wait for the slow mode. You can just type away.
Brother Bruns, $20. Hello, handsome general, the work in progress, and hot mama. Thank you.
You know what? She's not finished either. We're constantly molding that woman, I tell you.
My city buying a plate reader. They are slow, and I want them to stay dumb. For radio station.
Wow. Thank you for the donation to the radio station. All right, I'm switching off you a minute. No, you can't. You can't just keep dominating the show with your sheets. You can't. I know the moderators are going around all the platforms on Rumble, on YouTube,
almost done.
on Facebook, and they're putting stuff in there. They're putting the comments.
They're doing their job.
They copy and paste all the comments. I'll get to your comments.
It's a lot of work.
Okay, go. Hurry up.
Brother Bruns, $1.99. Wear the glass. Referring to when we're on camera. It's not there. The Disney Kid, $2. Smicky looks to be the $2 garden tool tonight. John Morgan, $5. We have to use our fingerprints to clock in at work. I always use my middle finger to clock in.
I think that is Smicky.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that's Mickey.
And Ryan Edwards, the last one that I have on here. General, you mentioned about going to Sacramento. Have you already went to Sacramento? I'm in Modesto. On the way, maybe lunch is possible, depending on the day and time.
Yeah, email genxmom@genxtalks.com. And if we have not headed that way, but if we do, yeah, we'd be more than happy to stop by and see you. We do that all the time for people. Not a problem at all. Please, may I have your permission to move along?
Yes.
I got a show to do here, and you're cramping my style. God damn redneck hillbilly. All right, so where was it? There's stuff in here, and I'm on there. No, not gonna do that one. Yeah. Okay, speaking of Britain, speaking of the English, this one was a little bit odd for me to find. Ran across this one. So whoa, I'm not even on the wrong page yet. Hold on. I messed up. I was supposed to go to this page. There we go. All right. Now I can do it. Okay, so we go here and bring this over here, flying manually tonight. This one, speaking of inventor killed by electric bum wiper. Now, they call it a bum, so I'm going to assume this guy's British. Inventor killed by electric bum wiper. Now, let's analyze something here. First, he's the inventor, and he was killed by his own invention, and he has an ass wiper. Now, the thing I'm looking at is the size of this contraption. Look at the paper down here. Look how it looks like he's sitting on a conveyor belt. So I'm not sure, how big is your bathroom if you have to put a conveyor belt 6 or 8 feet long that has gears and pulleys and levers just to wipe your ass? And how did he die from it? I mean, did you get stuck? Did your Johnson get stuck in it and it drug you across the room, flapping you out like a treadmill in the gym? Just bang, bang, bang. I'm just asking. I'm going to say that maybe he got electrocuted. I'm going to guess that that'd be the simplest way. If your bare ass is hanging over some electrical belts running around, there's a chance you're going to die. But you know what? When you guys figured that out over there in England, then you can bring that over here. But I'm telling you right now, get with the Japanese and learn how to make it smaller. They're very good at stuff like that. That's a thing they did very, very well. All right. You guys have asked me about this on several different shows. So I will just make this quick and tell you yes is the answer. There was a time when the government, who never lies, the government who can always be trusted, the government came to us in the late 70s and said, the earth is running out of oil. There's no more oil. It's almost gone. Saudi Arabia is drying up. We're in trouble. Texas is running out of oil. And there was a gas crunch because there was an oil crunch. And I remember this as a kid, that the cars would line up at gas stations to get gas until gas stations ran out. Sometimes I saw a gas station attendant come out and hang a sign on the back of a car that said, last car. Now, how did I see that? I was in the car behind, and I watched my dad get out, walk over, grab it off that car, and my dad put it on the back of our car. So we were the last car. I also saw gas stations run out of gas. Sorry, no more. We actually had that in Southern California. I'm sure it was everywhere. But these lines happened. Then they came out with an ordinance in LA and said, all right, the last number of your license plate, if it's an even number on your license plate, you can only get gas on even numbered days. it's an odd number, you can get gas on odd number days. That's a true story. That happened when I was.
And Sunday was up for grabs.
I think so too. Yeah, it was up for grabs. But that was the thing. There was long gas. You would wait an hour to get gas. You'd run out of gas waiting to get gas. People were filling up their tanks. They'd only let their tanks get about a quarter low. They had 3/4 of a tank. They'd top it off all the time. That was a big thing. Prices went up. And guess what? The world didn't run out of oil. No. Can you believe that? I guess the whole thing was bullshit. Now, people wonder why we don't trust the government. Well, there you go. Started early for me.
Lots of people remember that. They're saying that in the comments. They remember it.
It was a real thing. Here's something you don't see much anymore. You guys asked me about this with some stories I told, and I try to tell you that hitchhiking is not just in the movies. Right now, kids, Gen Z, they've come up to me, my son's friends, like, dude, this hitchhiking's in the movie. You guys didn't really do that, did you? We hitchhiked all the time. We hitchhiked everywhere. No, it's just so dangerous. You couldn't do it. Well, it's probably dangerous, but maybe we didn't pay attention to the fear, or I don't know. There's a bunch of hitchhiking stories I got. I won't get into them all right now, but Wild Bill, my biological dad, Wild Bill, said, you ever want to get a ride? You need to ride someplace, and people won't pick you up because the way you look, because the way you feel, because the way you smell, how you're looking like, what you're doing. Hey, I'm Bill. He says, what you do is you get yourself a metal lunchbox, a working man's lunchbox, a black one with a green cup of coffee. You get a green thermos, and you stand on the side of the road, and you put your thumb out. It don't matter. Your lunchbox can be full of weed. It can be filled to top with weed. It won't matter. Just make it not smell. Can't have it smell, but put it in the baggie, clean it up. But you can put it in there, and it can be weed, and they'll still pick you up. You know why? Because you're a working man, and you're just trying to get to the job, and they help you out because you probably got a family, so everybody will pull over and help you out. You're a working man with a lunch pail and a green thermos. You get where you're going. I hiked all the way across the country one time with the same metal lunchbox. It worked. Side of the road wouldn't pick me up, but they'd pick me up if I had a black lunchbox. You know who's got my black lunchbox right now is Josh Maddox. So if Josh Maddox ever needed to leave town in a hurry and he had no wheels, he could just take the lunchbox and he's good to go all the way from Jersey to California. The other thing I noticed growing up is between the probably ages of 17 and 19, and maybe this is just me, could just be me, most of the people that picked me up were gay men. Yeah.
Because you were cute?
Well, of course I'm cute, but nothing about me said that I'm homosexual. Nothing about me at all. But that was 99% of the people that if they put your thumb out, first car is going to be a guy who's a homosexual. And he lets you know right away. The one story I got it was really funny is I went to get in the car. This guy pulled over to give me a ride. He was like in an old white Gran Torino. And the passenger door was broken shut. He couldn't open the door, let me in. He had to get outside the freeway. He had to get out of the driver's door. I had to walk around and get in. And he goes, aren't you worried the passenger doors doesn't open and not worried that I'm going to kill you or something? I said, I think you should be more worried about what I'm going to do to you. I'm not worried about what you're going to do to me. You want to lock us both in this car? Fine by me. That kind of we had a quiet first hour, I'll tell you that, of a drive, but it works both ways. You don't know who you're picking up, and they don't know you, and you don't know them. But yes, it's a real thing. There's probably people in here that have hitchhiked further than me and more often. That was a real thing. True story. All right, where was I? There was stuff in here.
Our son's almost here.
All right, he's almost here, but we're not. Our show isn't over.
You're not going to tell him that we're waiting, or I'm waiting impatiently.
You're waiting impatiently for our millennial son to get here. His pot-smoking, tree-hugging, liberal, computer-fixing. Yeah, he's almost here. All right. So for those of you that don't know, we do a podcast, and it comes out every Friday. This is the cover picture of tomorrow morning's podcast, and this one was a lot of fun. The last probably 7 or 8 have just been huge fun. Big numbers, a lot of views, people sharing it. The staff can put up the link on there. This one was a lot of fun too. The audio version drops tonight at about 12:02 a.m. and then the video one will be up on Sunday. So there you go.
That looks like an album cover.
It does, doesn't it?
That looks like a very cool album cover.
All right, now you guys got to pay attention because this is going to go quick. Oh, did it not shut off there? I thought I closed it. There it is. All right, you ready? This is going to go quick. Do you guys remember the deck of cards that we did? And all of you gave pictures and you were on the deck of cards and they sold out. We did a second deck of cards with all new people. I mean, there's staff on there, the names you know. This deck of cards is on sale on the website. Now, a moderator can link you to the merchandise site. A jabroni can link you to the website, but a great leader of industry will link you right to the exact deck of cards.
Trippy's got it, I'm sure.
This is for all on Rumble. This is on both Facebook pages and YouTube. This is it.
Trippy's got it.
Trippy's got it.
The link is there.
Right to it. This is it. It'll probably be sold out. I'm not going to tell you how many decks I purchased, but not many. And we don't. Then the other ones are not for sale anymore. We pull them off. They're up there for a short time, and this is it. We're not leaving stuff up there forever to make money off all the merchandise. These are more for nostalgia.
We've sold 3 already.
Wow.
3 are gone.
Wow. So just so you know, there's not a lot of these up there, but if you want them, you can get them, and they are carefully, colorfully done. These are just some generic pictures that we use, but the cards came out great, and they got the ace of diamonds, and they've got the 2 of clubs. Everybody's got a name. Everybody's got their name on it. Everybody's got a card, and on the back, they have the Gen X Talks logo, little Marvin Guy logo on there. And yes, we did get them in little plastic boxes. They're not in shrink wrap. So if you don't want one, no big deal. But if you do want one, don't come back in a week and go, hey, I just cashed in all my aluminum cans. They're gone. They're just up there for a little bit. All right. So if you want one, go get it now, or don't get one at all, because this is it. If you're watching this on a replay, you're gonna be a day late and $1 short, no matter what you try to do. Did you guys see the movie Oppenheimer? It was in the Academy Awards, and it had some really powerful names in there for actors. And Oppenheimer finally premieres in Japan to mixed reactions and emotions. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they showed it. One of the Saturday Night Live jokes, they said this. They go, Oppenheimer opened in Japan without warning. See, because the bomb got dropped without warning, so the movie opened without warning. You see, I thought that was funny. If you guys don't think it's funny, I thought it was funny. But I don't know that I know you can historically say that Japan started that shit and they fucked everything up and they murdered thousands and thousands of people every day. I get it, but you'd really have to, wouldn't you check with them and say, look, we did a movie about how we totally fucked you guys up with 2 big bombs. If you don't want us to show it over here, we won't. I mean, do you think somebody had a little bit of that? You think somebody just talked a little bit and said, nah? Or do you think they just fucking put it out there because it's money? Yeah, fuck it, they'll deal with it. Because you can see where there's mixed reactions, but I got to tell you, it's kind of, I'm sure there was a play on words with Hollywood, but I don't know. That kind of just, I thought about it for a second, went, I don't know. I mean, show it anywhere else, a big world out there. Japan's a little country. Show it everywhere else, but man, you better check with somebody before you do that shit. But what do I know? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. All right. This one, Brainiacs, I'm telling you, fucking Brainiac guys here. I love this kind of stuff. I love when they have these polls out there. Fox News poll. Record numbers say their taxes are too high. Record number say their taxes are too high. Now, I'm just telling you from personal experience. If I would have written this article and I would have talked to my friends, it would have said, Fox News poll, unanimous number of people say their taxes are too high. Is it record number? It better be because you asked more people this time. Not like, well, last time there was, 30% of the people said their taxes are too high. Now there's 33%. It should have been everybody. There shouldn't be, I got to see this polling data. I want to find the one jabroni that said, oh, Ed, I don't think my taxes are too high at all. In fact, I wish I could pay a little more. This is the absolute filler for a newspaper. Absolute filler. Because this is without question. Who got paid to go take this poll? You know what? Whatever money you're giving this reporter to go do this, you give him 10 grand to go do this, just give it to me. You give me the 10 grand, I'll fill out the headline, and I'll be more accurate than this guy. Not record number of people say their taxes are too high. Unanimous number of people 100% agree their taxes are too fucking high. I don't know. Nobody ever listens to me anyway. Okay, real quick. I was supposed to do this in the beginning, and I didn't do it, and everyone's going to get mad, especially this year. Okay? especially this year. The Facebook and YouTube are going to close us down. They're not going to let you guys know that we're going live. They're not going to let you guys know the videos we put out. Patreon does let you know, but you got to get in there. You got to get a link to it. Moderators can put up the link. You got to join. It also has the 3 years of behind the scenes stuff. But the benefit is this is the only place we can send you an email. We don't bombard you with stuff. We don't even send you an email every day. Probably, in fact, I think I send them just before the shows. I get one email and says, hey, we're going live. That gives you half an hour to decide if you want to show up. There's no other way to reach you. I can't email everybody on YouTube. I can't email everybody on Facebook. There's no way to do it. We have to hope the notification bell dings and you guys know we're going on. However, they can't stop you on Patreon. They can't stop us either. That's a place we can have direct contact with you. They can't stop smoke signals, man. I watched cartoons when I was little. I can send up smoke signals, and you guys can see the smoke signals. They can't stop that. So that's what that is. The Patreon is smoke signals. Shut up. It's a good analogy. Leave me alone. Oh, yeah. I'm loving all the stories that come out about the pendulum swinging the other way. I really am. Every day there's more stories coming out where they're getting rid of things. The pendulum is swinging back the other way. We talk about it all the time. Harvard professor urges university to eliminate DEI statements that demand leftist conformity. They're uniting. The professors are going after it. The board is going after it. The investors, the donors, they're demanding these things change. You guys think because in the news there's not the big campuses in Israel and Palestine and the arguments and the debates and the chanting is still going on. It's just it's boring news now because it happens all the time, so they've moved on to something else. But on the campuses, it's still happening. You know what else is still happening is they're trying to change it before they lose all their money. They're trying to change it. Not every university, but there are changes. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K, Ted. And this is one of them. So anytime we see these things, I want to let you guys know the pendulum, I've been telling you for almost 2 years, the pendulum is swinging back the other way. In America, we've had enough. We're done. You can only push us so far with your shit, and then we finally go, okay, shut the fuck up. We're done. And we swing back the other way. We do. It's happening. All right. We're getting close to the finish line here on some stuff. Da-doom. I didn't do that. Didn't understand that. Real quick here, another one that comes through from back in the day that we argue about all the time. And boy, you people from around the world, you guys, the metric system. And I will tell you, I remember being a kid when they brought the metric system over and they tried to teach it in classrooms. They tried to force it on us in classrooms. I didn't care for it. I didn't get it. I didn't always understand it. So I ignored it. And we finally threw it back out of America. Now there's some stuff. Now we work on cars. I got metric wrenches. Okay, I get it. There's some stuff. But that's really, the only thing we really kept was 3 things. Thank you, Europe, for giving us the metric system. We looked at it. We gave it back to you. But we kept 3 things. We do use a lot of metric tools because of the cars. We do have the little kilometer thing on our dashboards. Every American car's got a kilometer thing. It's important, I guess, for some reason to have a kilometer on the odometer, or the speedometer. So we do. And we kept a 2-liter bottle. We like that. 2-liter sodas. That's about it. Everything else we kind of threw back over. And so be thankful that we kept any part of it. A little, okay, thank you for going to all the trouble. We'll keep these 3 things. Now, please take your metric system and fuck off. Now, I know a lot of things are changing. The good news is I won't be around to see any of it because all the stuff you guys are doing with hospitals and milliliters and all that other stuff, it won't matter to me. My doctor will give me the right stuff. Dr. McDreamy will take care of me and I don't have to pay attention. But yeah, for a lot of years, the metric system just didn't take. It didn't stick. It's just, it was too easy. It was way too easy.
Too easy.
Too easy. All right, here's one more for you guys. This is more for me to be able to explain something to women. Before we had selfies, there was a couple ways you could go about getting pictures. You could take a picture on your camera and run it by a photomat booth, and 3 or 4 days later, you go back up and pick up your film. Okay. The other one was you had to walk around with a Polaroid and you sit there shaking the film for 15 minutes, and that was okay, but it was kind of awkward and dumb. Now, this one, what we used to use this for as guys is we would gauge how far along in the relationship we were. You go into a booth, you put in a buck, and I think you got 4 or 5 pictures. I'm sure it varied, but in my case, I remember it always being 4. And so you get a girl to go in the booth, and you're like, oh, just take a picture. And she, oh, yeah. Got to remember the moment. We just got done at the movies. We went to miniature golf, and now we're by the arcade, and we got to take a picture. So you do. And the way guys would use this to gauge where you're at is the first picture, like, okay, let's both smile. And then you say, oh, let's do another one where silly face. You do a silly face. And then you're like, oh, let's do a serious face. Just save the last one to see if you could get that kiss. You could just tell. And you're like, hey, maybe we should get a little kiss or something. I don't know what else to do. We're kind of out of ideas. We've already done the 3. I mean, I guess kissing is the only thing. You want to do a little quick kiss and you could tell right away if you were going down that road, you say, no, I am not kissing you. Whoosh, last date, you're done. You're out. Get a little peck on the cheek or something, or you get a good smooch for the picture. Keep going. But this was a good spot to tell. There's a lot of guys that use this strategy to decide if we've already invested time and energy and weeks and weeks and weeks. Should we keep? This was a pinpoint pivotal moment. So girls, think of all of the guys that you lost out because you wouldn't give us a little tiny peck on the cheek for the camera. So you lost out because there's a lot of guys that did or did not move on with the relationship. All right. Before we continue with my show here, let's go back to the lovely bride. What else is in between the sheets, honey?
All right, Chris.
Other than you, Sugar Pants.
Chris Hutcherson on YouTube. I have a lingering question, General.
I would love to answer your lingering question.
I was born in 1984, raised by Gen X. I always felt I fell in with the Gen X crowd. What's your thoughts? Chris Hutcherson.
Well, I will give you a speech that I have cleverly prepared for this very event. And I haven't said it in a while, but some of you old timers that have been around for a bit, you're going to remember this phrase from years ago. There is a line drawn on the calendar, drawn in the sand. Generation X in 1965 to 1979, which I always bump up to 80 because it's always good to round up. If you're Gen X, you can round up. All right. But what I will tell you, if you are an early millennial, if you feel Gen X, if you were raised Gen X, if you behave Gen X, gather up all your stuff and drag it across that line in the sand. Stand here with us, stand here with me on this side, because if that's how you feel, that's how you behave, that's how you were raised, that's how you act, we want you over here. There's not enough of us left. So you're welcome on this side of the line anytime. I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
Okay. Sammy Joe says, hydrate.
Sammy Joe's right. We gone a whole hour without any hydrating.
Yeah. PayPal, $5 from Michael Flood. I love you, Guy, and your podcast. Thanks for being awesome. What am I?
Yeah, thank you, Michael.
Liver?
Excuse me.
I'm on the podcast.
Excuse me, talking to Michael Flood here. Can you give me a second?
Excuse
How about
me.
you, Michael?
2 people there.
Well, excuse me. I'm talking here. Well done, Michael.
Oh my God.
Well-placed money.
What?
Excellent choice of words. Well done. I will continue to carry the mantle.
I'm on the podcast too.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you're on the podcast too. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see anybody giving you money in PayPal for you being on the podcast? You even see $1 in PayPal? Well, Gen X Mom, here's $1 in PayPal. Wonderful podcast you did today. Not one time in 3 years has anybody given you $1 for being on the podcast.
Nope.
However, somebody out there recognizes the talent.
Whoa.
I'm not saying who.
Wow.
I'm just saying that it's possible that people may have some inclination on how this all comes together. And I almost got to do a Christopher Walken there.
Yeah, it's like,
it's the podcast.
Okay.
It's one of the things that I like.
Whatever. Graham Gordon, member for 11 months. Graham Gordon, $10 for the goggle smuggler. That's me. Still injured and not swimming right now. I'm going for imaging in 2 weeks, then 6 months of healing. I'll be back racing next season.
What did you call yourself?
The goggle smuggler. I smuggled goggles across.
That almost sounded sexual for a minute, like the goggle smuggler.
That would only you would turn that into a sexual.
I didn't say I turned it.
Only you would go down that road. Brent Dean, $10. If I join the Patreon, I love that. The Patreon. Are you going to be butthurt when I drop my top tier YouTube membership, General?
Yes, I am. You should always do both. What the fuck, man? Yeah. Just stay over. It's $1.
Stay in your lane, man. Brother,
It's $1. So you're talking about $12 for the whole year. Yes, I'm going to be butthurt. Absolutely.
Brother Bruns, $20. Ignore is bliss to many, and there are record numbers chasing their bliss. That's the joy of the age we live in. May the pendulum swing back and stay at center. Radio station.
I think the pendulum, before it gets back to center, is going to swing back just like it swings to the extreme. And we were all tolerating Black Lives Matter, Me Too, the woke movement, and on and on and on. It's going to swing back the other way, and it's going to crush all that up against this side. Then it'll come back to center. That's my guess.
Our own Ashley is in here. $1.99 she gave.
Hey, Ashley, welcome to the Bottom of the Glass Nation. Hey, Ashley, I know you're on staff here, but what we do is we do shows every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night. We do on Mondays and Fridays at 10 in the morning. There's a world show, Ashley. Also, there's all sorts of other kind of cool stuff. If you check your email, you're part of the staff email. There's a lot going on. I know you don't respond to the emails. I know you haven't been to a staff meeting in years. You probably don't even know that we switched our staff meetings over from Zoom calls to Discord rooms. Oh, it's a lot of fun. Ashley, welcome. We're glad you could participate. And if you have any questions, just look around and someone will be more than happy to help you. Like an usher in the movie theater, Trippy walks around with a flashlight and he will guide you to your seat. I love it when Ashley's here.
God, you're an ass.
Oh, that was funny. That was really fucking funny. Come on.
Christina Dvorak gave 5 Gen X Talks memberships to Grateful Ed, Alpha 34, Iowa Wrench 454, Tanya King, Jeffrey Jordan.
Thank you very much, Christina. They're going to have some good news there. Go ahead.
Scott Royston, $10. This is for Queen Gen X Mom. We all love you, hun.
Yeah, still, none of that was PayPal money and none of it was for the podcast. I'm still winning. So
go smoke a toad. $2
Smokey!
for Mom. Just for being beautiful.
Okay, you don't give the pretty girl money just because she's pretty. No, you don't do that. All right, what else we got? Are you done?
That's it.
All right, look at that.
I'm good.
Okay.
What do you got?
I think I might be close to being done here. Let me take a look. We have so much more to do, but there's so many other things in here. Oh, this one's really super funny. I got to do this one. For those of you that are old school, this one was great. Hold on, wait till you read this. I might even cover part of my face for this. This is how good this one is. Radiohead, which if you guys know who Radiohead, they're a band. Radiohead crowd left red-faced, angry, after they were applauding for 3 minutes, only to find out that Radiohead was just tuning their guitars. They were mistaking it for a new song. So Radiohead goes out on stage. They're tuning their gear for 3 minutes. The crowd's going wild because they're all drunk and stoned out of their mind already. Every one of them is over the age of 40. It's 40 to 65. Then finally they said, okay, we'll be back to start the show in a minute. And everybody went, what? We thought that was a new song by Radiohead. What the fuck are we clapping for? You got to admit, that's hilarious. Can you imagine actually being there? I doubt they got mad though. I think that type of an audience would have gone, nah, fuck it, let's just keep drinking. But what do I know? All right, listen, we are going to say goodbye. We got to get out of here.
Goodbye,
our son
sweetheart.
is here. Is he here?
Yes, he is.
He's here.
He
Okay.
made it.
So we were on manual. We did the show manually. I'm still working on stuff. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. I will spend the money and the time and the energy. The shows are only going to get better. They're only going to get bigger. We're going to have more fun. I think I found a way to go vertical on YouTube without it offending you guys.
Offending?
Yeah, because people get upset. They're like, dude, I can't,
I don't think they're offended. That's a strong word.
There are women that called me.
Oh, just women.
Yeah. Well, listen to what I'm trying to tell you here. Let me tell my story.
I didn't call you.
No, you didn't call me because you're not on your phone. Women who were on their phones when we went vertical, they said the chat began to cover my face.
Oh.
And they said, General, we can't have that. We cannot have that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I looked into it. I heard you.
Nice hair.
Thank you. It's my good hair. It's my motorcycle hair. I think on our other YouTube channel that's going to start showing long form videos for the kid, I think we can go vertical there and pick up a whole new audience.
Oh, cool.
So that's what we're going to try.
That'll be interesting.
It will be. And it's not much more to set it up, although if it does take off, we're going to need a moderator over on that YouTube channel. All right, so that was it. Thank you guys for tuning in. You want to say goodbye to everybody, sweetheart?
Bye, everyone. Thanks for spending Thursday night with us.
And the big show's coming on Saturday. Listen, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening to us. I'm not sure where you found us around the planet today, how far from the four corners of the earth, which proves that it's a flat earth because a round earth couldn't have four corners. So there you go. I solved one more mystery. You're welcome, America and Denmark. If you're listening in AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps somewhere on the Armed Service Radio Network, thank you once again for spending time with us. If you had an hour of your evening to waste, what better place to waste it than with Gen X Talks? And as usual, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. That's right. I said it.